Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have an unboxing for Comic Book Editions Volume 15 video, plus some new subscriber shoutouts. Thank you for joining me. As a result of my Comic Book Editions Volume 14 video, where I was updating you on my progress of my top 12 goals of 2020 in back issue pickups, I was contacted by one of my favorite channels, Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe Comics. She said, I have one of the books that's still on your list. It's in low grade, but I'm willing to give it to you. And today we're going to unbox that. So I do know what book is in there. At first, I was a little bit hesitant in accepting because I didn't want to take somebody's comic book away from them. But when she told me that she had 2 copies of it, I didn't feel quite so bad then, and I accepted. So that's what I love so much about this comic book community. It's no secret to those that are participating in it, the generosity that you can find. And this act of kindness, AOK, is just another prime example of that. I want you to check out Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe Comics, not because she gifted me an AOK, but because her content is fantastic. I first became aware of her and familiar with her channel when I saw her participating in a live stream about Superman. And then I really got into her channel and her videos, and I always look forward to what she has to say. She has such a unique and cool perspective on things. She brings something to the table that nobody else does. And probably the greatest thing that I can say, when her videos are wrapping up, I don't want them to be done. And I always wish her videos were longer. But then I thought, that is brilliant on her part, because she leaves you wanting more. So Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe Comics provided us today's AOK. As I put you into fast forward mode, let's unbox it. Well, we have more than one comic book in this box, so there's going to be some surprises for me, I can see. Let's get started. I'm excited. Oh, wow. Justice League of America, issue number 1. That is a book I don't have. Just staring at that cover, it's so cool. We'll adjust the camera for a second. Oh, look at that. Justice League of America number 0. Another awesome cover, too. It makes me so happy. With an all-star cast of artists, too. I love it. And then the creme de la creme. Like I said, I'm aware of what book this is because it's on my top 12 goal list. Prior to this, I had 8 of my 12 already achieved, and now I have 9 of my 12 already achieved with Brave and the Bold, number 62, Starman and Black Canary. Wow, that's awesome. Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe Comics, thank you so much. What was really interesting, as I mentioned before, she said she had duplicate copies, and she sent me a picture of both, and she said choose. The background blues in both covers were dramatically different from one another. One was very dark blue, and this one's lighter. Now, it's not lighter because it was in the sun and faded or anything. So that was kind of an interesting tidbit that I was not aware of, that there were some slight color variations in the background sky color. The first issue of the book, or rather should I say the first issue of the team-up, Brave and the Bold 61 with Starman and Black Canary, was a good issue, and it was a singular story. So I'm curious to see how they pick this one up. That previous issue, they were fighting the Mist. And in this issue, they're fighting Sportsman and his wife, the original Huntress. I'm going to be reading this tonight. That's a given for sure. Awesome. I am so super psyched. Plus, to have another one off the top 12 list, 9 of 12 accomplished, courtesy of Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe Comics. Check out her channel. Thank you so much. And see what makes this so awesome. When I look at what I was able to accomplish on this list this year, I will always think of her and her kindness and her generosity. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Well, while I've got you here, I've got a couple other recent additions that I figure I'll show you as well. This next collection came as a belated birthday gift from somebody that I've been friends with for decades. And I say decades with an S on the end. On Instagram, look up Mr. Fridge Art and check out some of his artwork and sketches that he does. And he wanted to gift me Justice, the deluxe edition, the Alex Ross book. I have actually never read this storyline, so I'm super psyched to get a chance to read the entire collection at once. Like everybody else, I'm a huge Alex Ross fan too. I had the opportunity to meet him this past fall when he was doing a signing in a Chicago suburb. So can't wait to dig into that as well. As you can see, it's been very good recent days with these latest comic book editions that have come into the household. And then today I picked up two other things as well. eBay purchases. Towards the end of 2016, there was a 6-issue miniseries, Wonder Woman 77 Meets the Bionic Woman. And for issue number 1, there is a ton of variant covers for that. And picking up the variant covers for that series has been a little bit challenging, considering that there's several covers that were convention-only exclusives that people didn't know about, or at least I didn't know about ahead of time, and I really tried to stay up with that stuff. And these covers came out at conventions and people weren't aware of it until after the convention had ended, and then you saw them on eBay and the prices are inflated, or there wasn't a high print run, or there's something just very minor that's different about the variants. Maybe it's the color of a star in it. So it's been quite frustrating trying to collect the variant covers for this title. This one is the Barnes & Noble Virgin cover for issue number 1. Generally, this sells in the $20 to $25 range. And it's not hard to find. It's also not the easiest thing in the world to find. But I found this at a really good price on eBay. Too good of a price to pass up. Incidentally, Ben Caldwell did the cover for this. I already have the version with the trade dress on it, so the Virgin version was the one that I needed. And like I said, there's still a couple variant covers that I am in need of, and I'm real sporadic in even looking for them. Sometimes I look for them, sometimes I don't. If I find them for a good price, then I'm going to pick them up. And this one was a good price, too good of a price to pass up. And like everyone else does too, I always look to see if the seller had something else that I might be interested in to combine with shipping. And they did have something I was interested in, a book that I've been curious about for a while. This is Fantastic Four number 1. And this is volume 6, if I remember correctly, the one that just came out a couple years ago, 2018, I think. And I was talking about how many variant covers there were for the Wonder Woman 77 Meets the Bionic Woman. The Fantastic Four number 1 cover has even more Virgin variants, and I'm not going to attempt to collect them. I was just really curious about the story and the reboot, and I always thought if I could get one of the exclusive Virgin covers somewhere, just to get a chance to read the story, I wanted to take advantage of this. And since it was shipping from the same seller as the Wonder Woman 77 and Bionic Woman, it was easy to add that in and not have to pay a lot for shipping. And I ended up getting this book for $3.25 plus part of the combined shipping. So no brainer there. So I'm looking forward to reading that as well. Thank you so much for joining me for my comic book editions video. I promised some new subscriber shoutouts, which I want to take care of right now. Stephanie K, which is a blast from my past, is a new subscriber. Real Madrid, absolutely. Subscribing to my channel is a great way to show support. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. If you are a current subscriber, tell someone about the channel. Maybe they'll subscribe. That's really the best way to show support. Giving this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I'd love to dialogue with you about any of these books, an AOK that you've received, books that you're looking for, frustrations with finding variant covers for issues, whatever you want to talk about. Let's dialogue about it. Thank you again for joining me on this comic book editions video, and have a great rest of your day.